Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video of Fox Flicks on WatchMojo.com. Today we're going to be checking out the top 10 hardest video game bosses list. And of course, you gotta remember, this is their opinion. So, let's see which video game bosses made this list.
This video is brought to you by Resident Evil 4. Available now for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam.
I've heard a lot about that game. Whoa, Rat King.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hardest horror video game bosses.
The Orphan of Todd.
For this list,
that
we'll
thing
be
is
looking
difficult.
at the toughest bosses you'll encounter in horror games. We won't be including invincible stalker enemies unless you can eventually defeat them in a traditional boss fight. What's the toughest horror boss you've ever encountered? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10, Reika Kuze, Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented.
Fatal Frame? Oh, that pixel game?
In the Fatal Frame series, you're tasked with taking down hostile ghosts with your trusty camera obscura. The franchise is home to many tough boss battles against these spooky specters, but the one that stands out above the rest is the final tattooed priestess Reika Kuze.
Unfortunately, I have no experience, so I honestly don't know about this game.
The speed in which she moves around the map is very fast, meaning you'll have a tough time keeping up with her to deal damage, not to mention that her arsenal of attacks are quite devastating. She will also enter you into a slow-motion miasma state sequence where you'll be unable to use your camera obscura. If she reaches you here, she'll deliver a one-hit kill touch, meaning your efforts will all be for nothing.
Damn. Now that's an instant loss.
Number 9, The Rat King, The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Whilst making her way through the Seattle Hospital for Medical Supplies, Abby comes across quite possibly the most disgusting monstrosities we've ever seen in all of video games.
The only way of it becoming a Rat King is for like 20 of them to surprisingly live a long time. So this would be like a good collection of the first couple infected. Infested? Infested.
Games. The Rat King is a hulking mass of multiple infected merged into one and will persistently attack you in a dark and claustrophobic room until it ends you.
Yeah. You don't want to fight that thing.
Once you've finally inflicted enough damage to this superorganism, an invincible stalker will tear away from it, meaning you'll have to contend with 2 enemies at once.
Oh god. Okay, I didn't know anything about a clicker separating itself from the mass. I didn't know shit about that.
Number 8, T-00 Tyrant, Resident Evil 2.
Oh, you mean Mr. X?
Widely known by many fans of the franchise as Mr. X, this tyrant will relentlessly pursue both Leon and Claire throughout their campaigns. During this time, T-00 will be completely invulnerable. The best you can hope to do is slow him down temporarily.
Oh my god! It looks like all the skin on his face just went...
This is until your final showdown with him at the end of Leon's campaign. In a limited amount of space, and with a countdown ticking, Leon will not only have to dodge his large claw attacks, but also use whatever ammo that is left to take him down. Survive long enough, and you'll be given a handy rocket launcher from Ada, which will be enough to put him down for good.
Click, click.
Number 7, Laura, The Evil Within.
Ooh, I remember that game. And I remember that boss.
You'll first encounter this twisted reincarnation of Laura Victoriano in the 4th chapter of this game, but it's not till chapter 10 where you can finally put an end to her. Despite her slow movement speed, Laura has the ability to teleport over short distances, and she can also spawn out of any corpse left on the ground, making avoiding her a grueling task.
Yeah, you gotta bond them. And if you time it right, you can bond
Laura
her as
will also
well.
sport a large amount of health, but luckily for our protagonist Sebastian, there are a variety of different ways in the area to inflict her biggest weakness upon her, fire.
Yep, that's death.
Number 6. Brock Mason, Dead Rising.
Humanity has proven itself to be quite adept at making mistakes.
Yeah.
After fending off his tank, freelance photojournalist Frank West, who's covered wars you know, finds himself in a final showdown against the man who's responsible for the outbreak's cleanup operation. What sets this apart from pretty much every other boss fight on this list is that he's no monster, just another human being, but you'll be battling it out against him atop a tank with no weapons, all the while
Actually, you could class him as a psycho, because he's an asshole.
surrounded by zombies.
Look at that, he's just constantly kicking you.
Brock can reverse most of your moves and will effortlessly throw you into the crowd of zombies, allowing them to easily take a bite or two out of your health. The worst part about this is that if you're defeated, you'll have to do the annoying tank fight all over again.
Oh my god.
Number 5.
Okay, job
Ultimate
done.
Abyss, Resident Evil Revelations.
Ultimate Abyss?
It just wouldn't
Oh.
be Resident Evil without the big bad mutating themselves into a hulking monster, and Revelations is certainly no exception.
Yeah, okay,
with
that
Velcho's
guy.
leader consuming the T-Abyss virus in the game's final act. Unfortunately for players, this resulted in one of the most frustrating battles in the franchise.
That is still epic, though.
As to be expected,
Okay, hold on. I gotta ask, why is it that when most of them mutate, the heart somehow rips out of their chest and fuses onto it? I mean, that's just screaming, hey, shoot me here. Right here. Right in that giant pulsating red dot. You see that? Hold on one moment, folks. And I'm back. Let's continue.
from a battle of this kind, Ultimate Abyss has a huge amount of health and very few weak points. This is made even worse due to his incredibly broken abilities. He'll teleport around the room and make copies of himself, resulting in him striking you down more often than not. The icing on the cake is the fact that your partner, Chris, is completely and utterly useless throughout this entire nightmare of a battle.
How so? Looks like
Number
he's helping.
4, God, Silent Hill 3.
You cannot kill God. I will burn God.
When Heather Mason finally confronts her
You may not be able to kill a god, but you can so as hell kill a god.
father's murderer Claudia, the cult leader brings forth a newly born god after consuming a fetus. The boss fight certainly lives up to its namesake. With its extremely large health pool, you'll find yourself in a very long battle of attrition, especially due to the fact that this is the final boss of the game, meaning your resources will most likely be low at this stage.
Crap.
Each of God's attacks will deal heavy damage to Heather, meaning you'll have to have a lot of patience and extreme focus, especially when God uses its fire attack, which covers most of the playing field.
Yeah, you gotta be oh. It can chase you.
Number 3,
Didn't know that.
Jason, Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah, this game. I've actually seen the Game Grumps play it, but I had no idea how the hell you actually meant to play this game. I don't think they did either.
LJN's lineup of media tie-in games at the time were infamous for being complete and utter trash, and this adaptation of the legendary horror franchise Friday the 13th went the extra mile. Before you ever get to him, players are given the extremely hard duty of protecting the camp's inhabitants from Jason, and when you finally confront him, things get even more grim. You'll be thrown into a battle much like the one from the Punch-Out series, except this one is badly designed. Jason will quickly move around the area, striking you with cheap blows, which are almost impossible to dodge as you're only able to move left or right at a very slow pace.
Aha! Damn, look at that.
Number 2, Mermaid Princess.
Mermaid
Rule of
Princess?
Rose.
Oh god, what the?
Rule of Rose was notorious back in the day due to misinformation surrounding its content, leading to the game being completely banned in the United Kingdom, despite only being a 16+ by the PEGI rating system. If there's one consolation for UK horror gaming fans, at least they didn't have to go through this extremely infuriating boss fight.
I guess they got it there.
The mermaid princess will constantly drop from the ceiling in random areas, meaning it's hard to figure out where she's going to land, especially considering the game is in a 4:3 aspect ratio. Her main attack is a green vomit, which will not only leave the player stunned for an extended—
Okay, no, this is literally just a woman hanging by her feet from the ceiling. That's not a mermaid. I mean, I guess you could call her. You know, I have no idea what the story in that game is just from looking at this, so I'm just gonna shut up and keep watching.
amount of time, but will deal a ridiculous amount of damage. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
So who made the
you have
number
the
one
option
spot?
to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Orphan of Kos.
Oh.
Bloodborne.
Okay, yeah. That makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Encountered in Bloodborne's Old Hunters DLC, Orphan of Kos is not only one of the toughest bosses in the horror genre, but in all
You're
of
battling him on
Soulsborne's.
top of his
Armed
mother.
with a placenta-like club, this orphan is absolutely relentless with their attacks, and boasts an incredible speed, leaving you very little time to react and counterattack. Things get much, much worse when the Orphan of Kos bites into its weapon and transforms, entering its second phase.
Okay, no, that was kind of cool. He's got wings just like his
Not
mother.
only will this enhance its abilities, but it'll start to unleash a devastating AoE lightning attack that'll cover most of the area. Only the very best Soulsborne players will be given the honor of defeating this foe, and I managed to do it.
And there. The orphan is dead.
This video is brought to you by Resident.
Well, it looks like the rest of this is just going to be them saying Resident Evil again. So, that's what we're going to end off today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link will be in the description. I'll see all of you folks next time when we flick on. And peace out.